Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Luisa Turnip Law with me, Luisa Turnip. Today we will continue talking about M&A. As I've stated on my previous videos, we're going to dive a little bit further regarding this topic. And today we will speak about the stages, how you and I conduct merger and acquisitions. If you're a law student, professor, or lawyer, you're all welcome, participate, drop your comment, your input. Let's enrich one another's skills since that comment section is yours. Now let's dive into it. There are 3 stages in conducting merger and acquisitions: pre-execution, execution, and post-execution. And each of the stages are just important. They are interconnected, and if one is not well prepared, likely is going to influence the next stages. So now let's dive into number 1, the pre-execution. The pre-execution is everything you need to know before you do the execution. So that will be the corporate strategic. The corporate strategic is referring about laying out what is the purpose of doing that transaction. And if you do the transactions, how will it likely influence your business? And what kind of merger do you want to do? Is it vertically, is it horizontally, or just simply diverse, open completely new market? So this everything you want to consider during the strategic. And now moving on to the next step, which is finding the business, finding that company that you're about to merge in, or let's say if you are the positions of selling. If you are in the positions of acquirer, the one who buy, technically speaking, in this section, you want to think about where can you find that business, the prospect. And there are 2 ways to find that. One, directly, go onto your competitor or the private equity. Or another way, you can also go to the auction activity. And now let's move on to the execution. The executions that are quite critical. This is going to be the compass, how well is going to be your transactions. Even though the first one is also important, so I will say that's the foundations, and this one is the kind of structure of the building already. So number 1, doing the due diligence. Doing due diligence, which I believe what makes merger and acquisition so much sophisticated, so much attractive to learn, because it involves a lot of things. Due diligence is that activity where you want to dive deep into the details of the company you are about to purchase, or that company you are about to merge to. What about their ability? What about the power in buying your company if you are from the selling perspective, or if you are in the buying perspective, you wanted to know the overall about that company. You want to know the registrations of that company. What about the bureaucracy, how they establish that company, the article of association. You want to know the management system. You want to know about the manpower, if they employ foreigners. What about the working permit? And what about other relevant licenses? For example, if they operate in mining, AMDAL, and everything that related with the environmental care, the market, and the supplier and the customer base, everything in detail. You also want to find out about the taxation, finance history, which likely going to project everything about the performance of that company. Projections, how will that business operate in future if you buy that company. And so you do the due diligence, finding out everything about the company. I also just mentioned the operations and the licenses and the registrations. You collect all the information, and now you move to valuation. Valuation is about the act of assessing that company overall, about the asset, about the liability. Is it worth purchasing with the price, and is it possible to negotiate, and what is the term and condition? There are 4 ways, or there are 4 methods where you can evaluate this business. One is the transactions comparing. So it's like when you buy a mobile phone, before you buy it, you kind of want to compare. If I buy this, okay, what the quality and what it brings, what it offers, and what is the weakness of this and the other similar products. So kind of like that. Then you go to the negotiations. In negotiations, you speak about the price, what about the term and conditions, and what about the method of the payment. everything related to here, and this basically is going to be influenced a lot by the due diligence that you've done prior. You also want to see who are the players that are involved in negotiations, and as well the term and conditions that applies into the transaction. Next is last but not the final one, which is the deal restructuring and the accountant. And this referring about what is the best structure for both, for the buyer and also the seller. And now the last, which is the integrations. This is the post-transaction deal. So you've already done the transaction. You will want to consider about how is that business that you already purchased, let's say, the business that already merged to you acquire, how will it be integrated to your company? So let me put myself as an example again. If I already run a yoga business, yoga class, yoga studio, and yoga teacher training, and the company that I acquire, how am I going to integrate that business into mine? Now that company is already Jesus, but it doesn't have legal entity any longer. Now it's mine, and now how am I integrating that business so it can work smoothly and seamless? You wanna plan how you map out to step that company in. So basically now two companies are running. So you want to make that integration smoothly. So pay attention about the management of that company before, how was it, how you will want to execute that integration. So that's it pretty much all in conducting merger and acquisition. So there you have it, 3 stages in processing merger and acquisition. If you have anything to add, please feel free to use the comment sections and drop all what you say and your opinion. I'm Luisa Turnip. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon on my next video.